And this is a situation which is almost somewhat embarrassing to me. You have to look beyond having and not having your desire. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bird's Eye View, and this is your girl Aditi. Do you think that the path of spirituality and the path of manifestation, that is the law of attraction, are two very different paths? Do you always feel this dilemma in which path to follow? Whether to consciously go after your goals or whether to leave everything and just concentrate on achieving spiritual enlightenment. So, I was having a pretty similar dilemma when I started my spiritual journey. Then, when I was researching, I came across a very interesting lesson that was taught by Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda used to teach the path of yoga in various cities in India and outside in the global world. He used to attend a lot of ceremonies and he used to give lectures and spread this knowledge across the world. In one of his lectures, Swami Vivekananda had taught how we can become a master manifester while being on the path of yoga. Law of attraction is designed to achieve whatever we desire and whatever our goals are. Let's look at how a desire is born. Imagine a kid, a small kid, maybe aged 5 or 6, walking in the park along with his mother. Suddenly, he saw a kiosk selling colorful cotton candy. As he went near to the kiosk, his nose caught a whiff of the sweet aroma. Suddenly, he heard so many laughter of children who were almost of the same age as he was, enjoying their time having that cotton candy. As all of his senses got engaged in this external environment, a desire was created. This is how most of our desires are born. When our five senses interact with the external world, and whenever we find a situation where our senses find a means of engagement, it sends a signal to our brain which labels it as a want or a desire. And as soon as we identify something as a want or a desire, we run towards it. Now, typically, we almost know that in most of the circumstances in life, we have little to no control because there are so many external variables attached to it. But when we learn about the law of attraction, deliberate manifestation, we start to feel this control over life. Even if we have unforeseen circumstances, unfortunate events, or even desires which feels too big to be true, we feel that with the law of attraction, we would be able to achieve that. But Swami Vivekananda says that we live in a world of duality. That means if we feel happy when we achieve a desire, when we lose that desire inevitably, we will feel equal intensity of sadness. We are stuck in a world of Maya, which is a cycle of birth and death, of happiness and sadness, of good and bad. So, if in this world we are able to achieve the objects of our desire, we would also inevitably lose that desire at one point of time or another. Lose that object, I mean to say. And then when we lose that, we lose ourselves. So then what is the solution? What do we do? Do we leave everything and take sannyas? Do we only live a very plain life and not have ambitious goals? No, not at all. Swami Vivekananda says that you have to look beyond having and not having your desire. But what is there beyond having and not having your desire? This is something that you need to self-inquire. But how do you know what you have to inquire about? Where do you need to look? What do you need to search? Something similar had happened to me a few years back. And this is a situation which is almost somewhat embarrassing to me. As a teenager, I had very bad skin condition. I always used to feel extremely insecure about it. So whenever I used to pray to God, whenever I used to write in my diary, I used to always pray to God that please, please, please bless me with a clear skin. I was not bothered with fair complexion, dark complexion. I was not bothered with all that. I just wanted healthy skin. I just wanted to be rid of that pain, both physical and also emotional. But nothing really worked. I tried many dermatologists, I tried many doctors, medicines, products. Nothing really ever worked. Cut to a time when I was studying in college, I was again going through an emotional rough time. It had nothing to do with the external objects, external environment. It was purely an emotionally tough phase through which I was going. I had completely removed my attention from what was going on around. The only thing that I was doing was I was studying my academics as well as the spiritual path, spiritual knowledge. Actually, at that point of time, only I was introduced to the path of spirituality. Along with the study and the research that I was doing, unintentionally, I also started to do a lot of self care activities. I was doing meditation. I was going to the gym regularly. I was doing yoga. I was doing yoga nidra. So, whatever I was learning as a part of my spiritual research, I was trying to apply it in my life. And along with that, I was just doing, like, I was just living my usual life. Suddenly, one day I went to meet my friend, and my friend commented on the fact that, hey, your skin looks pretty clear. I've never, seen you in this way. Although that comment was, I don't know, it was positive or it was negative, but yeah, it brought my attention to it. I didn't really notice it before my friend commented about it. And then when I went home, I gave a close look at my skin, and I realized that, yeah, it did work. And how did it work? I didn't really spend much time thinking about it. In fact, I was almost indifferent to it, indifferent about an insecurity that was making my life hell just a few years back. Now, when this happened, I didn't think much of it. Cut to now, when I was just deliberating on this teaching of Swami Vivekananda, I started also to think about what lies beyond having your desire and not having your desire. You see, when we start a journey to anywhere, we start a journey from a point where we don't have any, when we are not at the destination. And the end point of the destination is where we want to go. What lies between these two? This is the journey. So, beyond having a desire and not having a desire is the journey that our soul is craving to go on. For me, in this particular example, my soul was craving to have a mindset, to help me develop a mindset of self care. As Indian kids, I feel that we are almost too dependent in our childhood. At least I was. Because I never had to take care of myself. Everything was taken care of. The food, whenever I got sick, the medicines, emotional comfort, physical comfort. I didn't have to step out and go get things for grocery, nothing. I was living a very protected life. I never had to care for myself. But then, when I started to grow up and live life, independently, even still living along with my parents, still it was an independent life. I didn't really know how to care for myself. And that was messing with my life. That was messing my life real bad. But I didn't realize it because I was too engaged with what was happening in my life, like most of us are. So, whenever a desire pops up in our life, see the desire as a symbol and then inquire in your mind that what is this symbol indicating? What kind of journey this symbol is asking me to go on? And that journey is your destination. That journey is something that would change your life. So, Swami Vivekananda says that when you are able to accelerate yourself in such a way that you are able to look beyond desires, you sort of remove yourself from the simulation. See the world as a simulation. Through the practice of yoga, through the practice of spirituality, you get sucked out of the simulation. As you get sucked out of the simulation, you are able to see things more clearly. You are able to see things with a bird's eye view, right? And when you are able to see things with a bird's eye view, you are able to take control, real control this time, not that fake control, real control over matter. And when you have real control over matter, you are able to manipulate it in order to give birth to the manifestations that you want to get. And that's how you become a master manifest. I hope you were able to draw some kind of value again out of this video. If you had liked this video, I would earnestly request you to comment down and let me know your own experience with practicing manifestation as a student of spirituality, as a student of yoga. And of course, if you really liked it, then please press the like button and please subscribe to this channel. So that's it for today. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay positive, and keep your vibrations way up. Bye bye.